welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another edition of the PiGosaur Monday, number 27, your weekly dose of PiGosaur Monday action. I'm, of course, your host, VIP. With me, I'm joined by these amazing players, by the people in the chat, and by my plushies as well. Welcome, one and all. To a very stacked open bracket. Exclamation mark B in the chat to guys, if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. The bracket is stacked. The bracket is insane. We have players like Clem, we have Hero, we have Max Fax, we have Björn, we have Cure, we have Creator, and many, many more. But we have our first series. We have our first top 2 players. Papi, how could we resist? We have our initial TvT. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Sandworm, we have the purple Terran player. We have the purple Terran from Peru. El Peruano, papi, for Xeritus Esports. It is Tavo, aka Tapo, aka Tavito. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the Canadian Terran player, the Teal Terran. Ooh, opening up 2x Reaper. It's for PiGosaur. It is Greenert. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our first matchup of the night. Of course, we were unfortunately unable to feature Tavito over the weekend. For those that are curious, for those that are unaware, for those that didn't watch, shame on you. I recommend the VODs of the HSL, the Hispanic StarCraft League. It was amazing. It was beautiful. The assets, the graphics, the hype video as well. The matches themselves. It was a solid weekend of StarCraft. Tavo was competing in it, but we weren't able to cover his matches. Unfortunately, we did miss them, and now we're able to make up for that. We're able to make up for that and cover it here and now on the channel in the PiGosaur Monday. Let's go, let's go. He's going to be up against Greenert. Greenert, of course, is an NA competitor, is an NA ladder hero, has been likewise very active when it comes to the online open cup scene, and I would say he's quite comparable in skill, maybe even favored in this matchup. I say that just because Tavito, he is very out of practice. If Tavo was in form, I would favor him 100%. We mentioned at the time it was the first Reaper is getting a quota already. Greenert has to get the hell out of here. Oh my god. Hit Tavo to get the first shot off. Greener's forced all the way back. He is not going to escape. The Reaper does fall, but bearing in mind, it's 2-max Reaper. Greenert, he's supposed to have a higher Reaper count. He's supposed to overwhelm the Reapers of Tavo. He's supposed to snowball out of control, but losing the first Reaper is a huge blow, and this will slow Greenert down. But we spoke about this during the HSL, how a lot of the Latin American players did retire. They all stepped away from the game. They didn't compete. Tavo, for example, he hadn't competed in 2 years. It's been 2 years since he last competed in StarCraft, and then bam, he came back for the HSL. Juanito was also inactive. Vortex, of course, for many even more years. Bombilla and many others were all inactive, weren't competing anymore, but they came back for HSL, and now we see Tavo back again, even playing in the PiGosaur Monday for the first time, period. So it's great to see Tavo here once again. We just see Greener setting up here with his Reapers stuck in the main base. He does have a plethora of Reapers here, and we do see Tavo. He will delay the CC, but he gets surrounded. He gets caught out. That's a one-way trip. Tavo, he is pinned here in the corner of the map in the natural. Hellion goes down, and Tavo, can he trade? He picks up 1 Reaper, but he will lose everything else. Or at least he should. Yeah. So 2 Reapers, 1 Hellion for 1 Reaper towards the end there, so not the best trade from Tavo. He does delay the CC, true, and now he's aware that we have Reapers coming his way. Back at home, what do we have? We have Widowmine setting up. Cyclone is in production, but the Cyclone only just began, so Tavo, he is vulnerable. He's vulnerable, he is exposed. Do see Greenert rotating over. Again, trying to get an eye on any kind of saturation, pick them off if at all possible as well. Rotating, just keeping up. Tapo, sí, el Tapo. Not to be confused with El Pato. But we love it. We love it. It's true. Now Greenert, he is on patrol. Likewise, behind this, going into a 2-1-1, so 2x Reaper into 2-1-1 makes plenty of sense here, so really fast stim out of Greenert. The downside of this build is that this will delay his tank production, as we're going for an add-on swap, so 0 tank production for an extended period of time. This does put a lot of pressure on the stim timing of Greenert to get damage done. Meanwhile, Tavo is going for a more traditional form of mech, going to Raven tank, so bio tank here out of Tavo even, building up his tanks, building up his Ravens, getting into interference matrix as well. This is a more stock standard playstyle, and he has to be very careful not to be caught out on the map. Remember, this stim timing can be brutal, especially if Tavo gets caught out of position. Cyclone breaks out, it does shut down the initial Reapers. Reaper's going to be picked up. A nice big sphere from Tavo. Ooh, and he does move out. This is a bold move here from our purple Terran player. As I mentioned before, like ideally Greenert, he does want to fight out in the open. He does want to catch this unsieged, but Greenert, he doesn't see the move out. Stim is finishing, but this is not lined up correctly here. Stim is done, but medevacs are still not here. They're still a couple of seconds off, and that is giving Tavo time to move out and to push. Oh boy. It's gonna be very intense. There we go. We have the double drop. Rushing through the army, gets caught out. Oh, full medevac! Oh my god, full medevac does go down. Ay, ay, ay. And with that, Greenert, he gets completely caught off guard. Sim is done, but the bio army cut it in half, and Tavo is going for the kill, going for the throat. Bunker is going to be able to fill up. Tank getting within range. Boys are being pulled. Greenert getting Jasper at the mine shot. Oh no! Mine shot on the way. Nice split towards the end. It does avoid the splash damage. And Tavo, he's going to be cleaned up, but he will get 17 SCVs in the process. The Ravens, they will escape, but again, the damage is brutal, and Greenert, he's all in. At this point, he's down heavily in workers here, down 17 SCVs. He has to counterattack, he has to do something across the map here. Tavo, meanwhile, back at home, 30, geez, third TC? That's a very fast third TC, off of a 1-1-1, very greedy build here from Tavo. Is this too greedy? Has he cut too many corners? Is this third TC too much? Now he has one tank. He's got a couple of Vikings. He's got 0 Marines. That's, again, my concern. It's one tank. It's one tank. Some of the Vikings, they can land, I suppose. We can maybe throw down an auto turret. This is the army right now. There we go. Second tank has arrived. We have Stim on the way. We need Marines as quickly as possible as Greenert is pushing in. Again, there's so much pressure on Greenert to get damage done, but he doesn't go for it. He's getting a third CC. Ooh, Greenert, he's not going for the all-in. He's not going for the all-in. He is expanding behind this, which means Greenert, he might not push. And if he doesn't push, he doesn't punish. Yeah, Greenert, he pulls away. He pulls away. There was a window. There was a timing here where Greenert could punish Tavo 100%. Instead, going for a Doom Drop. But again, this is delayed. So delayed Doom Drop into the main base. Tavo, he has one tank in position. He does have Vikings. Oh god, no! They get a full medevac. Full medevac goes down. Massive pick-off. Ay, ay, ay. More Vikings diving in. Boys are being pulled. Autotars get thrown down. And Tavo, he will hold. He will hold. He will shut this down. Oof. He will lose 15 SCVs in the process, but he does clean up the army. Cleans up the army. His own 30C is already done. Now, the worker counts are evening up. That is true. But as the dust settles, Tavo, he has a much faster third CC and a third orbital, so he can make 3 workers at a time. He has triple mule production. Look at the army sizes themselves. Again, a massive Viking lead here for Tavo as well. What he's lacking really is Bio, is Marines. But he's got his 3 Raxes. Did I say 3? Getting up to 5. 5 Raxes here for Tavo. Greenert landing his own base on location. I would argue that Tavo's third base is late. That is true. I mean, it was built earlier and he was able to make use of it, but he does need to land that as quickly as possible. Greenert's moving out once again. Does have a decent sized army to make use of. And again, his advantage is his Marine production, or his Marine count. Moving out. Greenert looking for the expansion, looking for the third base. Is now moving in. Tavo trying to secure himself. Greenert even getting an upgraded lead, going to 1-1. 1-1 upgrades at halfway. Oh, no, mind. Tavo is already working on 2-2. So, some of my apologies. Tavo does have the upgrade lead. Greenert, he's looking for a way in to get spotted. And Greenert is spotted. Tavo, he rotates, he responds. That's a lot of Vikings. Tavo even going for his own drop at the same time. And he is barely going to be spotted. Greenert, does he notice? I don't think he did. The Marine did spot the drop. Tavo, he unloads. Back at home, there is a tank in position. Greenert, he should be fine. He should be okay here. Yeah, there's a scan. Tavo, he sees. Parked outside. Oh, dropping into the main. Does boost in. Again, he still has that upgrade advantage. Going for the middle line. Oh, doesn't quite get the medevac. Medevac does get away in time. Likewise, going for the E-Bays. +1 will finish. Gets 1. I thought he was going to be cleaned up. He's going to be cleaned up. Is forced back. Last does kill another medevac. Trying to escape. He will delay 2-2. Yeah, it's only +2 is on the way. +2 attack even. So Tavo's still in a better position. His supply does reflect that. He's had the better economy with extra mules. Likewise, has a larger army as well. Now, Greenert still has potential. When it comes to TvT, you can still outposition your opponent. You can try to catch your opponent unsieged or catch a bit of a better angle of attack. So Greenert, he can still pull this off. As he rotates. Tavo pushing right down mid. So far, they do miss each other. Tavo knocking down those rooks. Greenert, he just completely bypasses the main army. And who hits first? There's a scan. Greenert, he sees how juicy that expansion is. He wants it. He's going for the third base. Tavo is going to be late to respond, late to push into the third base of his opponents, but we're going for the base trade. Drop into the main. Ooh, oh my god, if medevac goes down. Yeah, both medevacs should fall. At the same time, Tavo pushing between the bases. Yeah, stims into the third base. Takes down the tanks, takes down the expansion, at the same time pushing into the natural with the base trade. We just commit. We just send it, Bappy. We just send it. Oh my god. Tavo trying to hold on to the main. And there's nothing at home. Yeah, Greenert, he has nothing back at home. He does have submarines rally back in. Turret goes off. Tavo, he just stims up the rib, and he will kill everything in the main. Yeah, GG gets called. Tavo, he breaks that main base back at home. Tavo, he defends, and Tavito will take game number 1. Whew. GG. Tavo does take a lead. Again, a very intense, very back and forth. For the most part, Tavo, he did have the advantage for the majority of this game. There was potential for Greenert, but a couple of key missteps, a couple of key mistakes. I'm referring to Greenert losing his first Reaper. Remember, it was 2x Reaper, and he lost the first Reaper, so he never really got to get into his opener. For the early game, he fell behind. He fell behind with that. We did see the 2-on-1 timing, which also was a little bit blundered. If you remember, as Greenert pushed out with his 2-on-1, it was delayed, but the full medevac got sniped. So then he lost 17 SCVs defending. Like, it was just a really rough start for Greenert, and unfortunately he was unable to recover. He was able to get a drop off in the main and did kill 15 SCVs, which was nice, but the reality is Tavo was mining more for longer. Like, in that period of time before those SCVs had been killed, Tavo, he still was enjoying a greater economy that led into better upgrades, that led into a higher Viking count, a larger main army as well, and just a greater game state there for Tavo. GG, well played with that. We're now getting into game number 2. Now I'm hoping for a back and forth. I'm hoping for an ace match, but the pressure is now on Greenert to bring it back. Let's go. Here we go as we are getting into game 2. Game 2 is going to be, on Persephone. Let's go. But if I call with his pants down, not again, the pants. Oh no. They're all animals, Pack. They're all animals. Pull the pants up. So getting into game 2. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the Peruvian Terran player. The purple Terran leading the series 1-0, representing Xeritus Esports. It is Tavo. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the teal Terran player, the Canadian Terran, representing Born Gosu. It is Greenert. He's Born Gosu. Let's go. Born Gosu, of course, a very old school team in the American region. We even have our own history with Born Gosu as well, of course. They were the OG champions of the Pondcast of the OPL, which was the Oceanic Pond League back in the day. Let's go. And I remember with their earnings, they did actually get all their teammates a bunch of mugs with the Pondcast logo. Sorry, I keep saying Pondcast with the Oceanic Pond League logo, with the OPL. Good times, good times. Of course, Greenert, he's a newer addition to Born Gosu, but regardless, much love to Born Gosu nonetheless. That was like back in like 2021 or something. So it's been many years since the OPL. But good times, good times. As we do have our initial double gas opener. Double gas opener here out of Greenert, double gas opener out of Tavo as well. So far so good. To open up double gas. Likewise, Greenert will be from here going for a faster factory, delayed CC, both players are, and we'll see what this leads into. If this goes into committed Reaper Hellion, for example, this can lead into early tank production, this can lead into early Banshee play in TvT, which is also viable as well. We have options. Where are we headed? Where are we going? Where are we going? Oh, as we said, this is your big shout out to Rio in the chat. Buenas noches, papi. Buenas noches. Good to see you. Good to see you, Rio, as always. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session as well. Rio, ¿cuándo vas a jugar? ¿Cuándo vas a jugar en PiGosaur Monday? When are you gonna play, man? When are you gonna play? Regardless, gracias. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. For those that are tuning in, this is the PiGosaur Monday. This is, of course, a weekly open tournament, and we are in the first round. We're still here in the round of 32, so early hours here of the broadcast. Yo sé que es la madrugada en Italia. True. Es la madrugada. Es como que la una de la una, la dos de la mañana. Ay. I know it's quite late. I know it's quite late in Europe. Quite late. I understand. Regardless, thank you. Hope you had a good time. As for now, 2:30. Oh my God, 2:30 a.m. in the morning. Jesus, get some sleep. You're all animals. Get some sleep. As the CC is going to be delayed, so not a bad pick off here by Greenert. Does lay the CC. Meanwhile, building back up. And moving out. Now, Greenert, in the process, did lose 2 Reapers. So he lost 2 Reapers for that economic damage. The damage was good, but now it's time for the counterattack, right? Now it's time for Tavo to move out, to hit that natural. CC still on the way. Cyclone, likewise, is lying in wait. CC is going to be delayed, but the Cyclone does get a lock on. Oh, does lock on. Lock on is broken. Delay continues. It's like 7 a.m. light time. It's 10:30 in the morning here. It's only Tuesday morning. That's always what's funny. It's PiGosaur Mondays on Tuesdays, at least for certain areas in the world, including Pig's area of the world, which is also what's funny. So always mention casting the PiGosaur Monday on a Tuesday. Let's go. As Greenert, he is setting up here on the low ground. Again, even though his CC was delayed, overall he still has a better position, so slightly ahead in workers, building up on 2 bases, getting his own bio up and running. Meanwhile, we do see the same setup from Tavo as last game, going to bio tank, into interference matrix, Raven productions, just like game number 1. It's Greenert who's mixing it up here. Now, this time he doesn't go into a 2-1-1, this time there's no early stim, but he is moving out with an early drop. Ooh. Does move out with the early drop. He's got 2 Cyclones and a medevac. This is a very expensive drop, so he has to be very careful with this. Doesn't want to lose it, doesn't want to throw it away. I was warming up my TFT ladder. God damn it. Hold on. I have to reply to this. God damn it. He does play a lot of TFT now. You're not wrong. Ryu. You're like, it's 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. It's prime TFT time. God damn it. Here we go. Greenert, he rotates over towards the main. Picking up a Depot. I mean, so far, really good pickups here by Greenert. Getting a Reaper here and there, getting a Depot as well. Looking at the install sap here, he's gotten 3 Reapers, a Depot, extra SCVs. Like, much more efficient pickups here by Greenert. All it took was game 1 for Greenert to really get into gear. Meanwhile, Tavo, the pressure is on. And what does he do? Fast third CC. Very fast third command center here from Tavito. So rushing into a third base, so we'll see if he gets away with it. Meanwhile, Greenert's back at home is getting into a greater production setup. He has not researched interference matrix though. I think that's a bit of an oversight. Like in TvT, to open up Raven like this, but to not have the matrix is a little bit of an oddity. I mean, Ravens, they still have value with auto turrets, 100%. As Cyclones, they pick up another Depot. Tavo, he doesn't flinch. He's like, kill the depot. I don't even care. Tavo, he moves out. He's ready with his disables. There's no counter disables available here for Greenert, but again, he does have auto turrets. And that will buy time. Speaking of, auto turrets are going to be thrown down. Ooh, Ravens do fall. Brutal pickoffs. As Greenert, he will lose every single Raven to the auto turrets. Ay, ay, ay. That's 2 Ravens going down. Tavo has a massive Raven lead. Now, he doesn't have the energy here for a disable, that is true, but he does have an auto turret. He has 1. Likewise, he maintains his tank position. But now Tavo, he can just back off. Yeah, at this point, he can just back. Oh my god, calm down. He pulls away. Greenert looking to chase. Right now, there's value in Tavo just getting back home. If he gets back home, if he repairs his Ravens, if he gathers energy for matrixes, for disables, he'll have a massive advantage in this next fight. For now, though, still being active. Both players are. Oh. Greenert, he does move down to the low ground. Tavo, he does bypass the main army. He gets spotted. He gets spotted. Greenert doesn't turn around. Base trade. Nah. He was right next door, by the way, but now we're going for the base trade. Greenert, he commits here towards the natural. Tavo commits into the natural as well. We're going full base trade at this point. The bunker does buy some time. We gotta set. We gotta go in. We gotta go in, pappy. This disable on the tank. Still gets 2 volleys off at the same time. Greenert, he just stims in and does dives right into the main. And both players are hurting. Who comes out on top of this base trade? That's the real question here. Okay, there's 1 tank. There's 1 tank in the main base for Tavo. Meanwhile, there's 1 tank in the main for Greenert. Tank does pull back. But there are Ravens, and they do disable. Yeah, they disable Tavo. He's just going for the kill. Second tank has arrived for Tavo. Is he within range of the tank? He's with the auto turrets. 1 volley goes off. 1 tank shot. Liberation has arrived. Oh, there's Vikings though. There's Liberation, but the Vikings have arrived. They zone away the Liberators. And Tavo, he's got this. Again, Tavo with 2 tanks here with Vikings behind the mineral line. Tavo, he can protect his buildings. Liberators, they move out. Oof. Another tank under fire. CC's being hunted down. And Tavo, he should not lose his buildings. Like, these buildings, they should survive. I can't say the same, though, for the buildings of Greenert because of all these Vikings. Yeah, Vikings, they chase down the buildings. There's a handful of Marines left. 1-1 is on the way for both players. Tavo should be lifting his buildings. Yeah, does lift his buildings. Does pull away. And GG gets called. The writing was on the wall. And Tavo, he will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the round of 16. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations here. Congratulations to Tavo for taking the series 2-0. A very intense back and forth. Game 1 was more in favor of Tavo, but game 2 was very close. To be honest, like I would say that Greenert, he was taking these better trades, these better engagements up until he lost the Ravens. True, that was like a big factor, a big moment. But Greenert, he was even the first player to initiate the base trade. Like, he was the first player to get into the main as well, but he wasn't able to snipe those tanks. We did see that those Ravens were a big factor for Tavo in his success for breaking into the main base with those non-stop auto turrets and disables as well. Did make it easier for Tavo to break those siege lines and to get further into the main. Meanwhile, Greenert did lose his Ravens early on, so he didn't have that complexity to his army, didn't have that support, did make it more difficult for him to actually get that base trade up and running. Even though he was the first to get in, he wasn't able to really take full control of the main. And with that, GG. GG, well played. Tavo, he will claim the series, and we are now getting ready for our next matchup here. We're going to be following Tavo into the next round. Let's go.